Hey, did you know that the Torture Pod has merch? Yeah. Over at redbubble.com/people/torturepod, we have a whole bunch of different items that you can wear, adorn on your phone or your computer or your car to show your love for torture. We have Brazen Bull t-shirts. You can have the torture logo on a mug. Guild Array on Hat Day on a hat, if that's what you choose. Welcome to Latumba shower curtains. I mean, literally, anything you want. iPhone cases with sort your fucking life out on them. I mean, how much better does it get? And remember, all Pride merch sold, profits go directly to the Trevor Project. So you're also helping people in the process of showing your love for the podcast. So go to redbubble.com/people/torturepod. And as all the kids these days say, get your fit on, bro. I don't know if that's what they say or not. I'm not cool. The subject of today's episode is a tale of sex, drugs, and petty crime, which will lead to violence, degradation, and death. We'll go back to the end of the last millennia to witness a young mother working to overcome a life of difficulty and abuse, trying to support herself and her child, but in doing so, ending up on the wrong side of the Hong Kong Mafia. We'll hear of everything from beatings and burnings to hangings and chili oil. And the only reason we know of any of it is because a 14-year-old girl was being haunted by a ghost. Known as the Hello Kitty murder, yeah, we're going to get all true crimey on you. Today we give you the death of Fan Man Yee. I'm Kevin Young.
And I'm Dan Hourigan.
You just say your name? What the fuck? And this is torture. You sounded so defeated.
Yeah.
And I'm Dan Hourigan.
God damn it. Not this asshole again. That's what I said the first thing I saw when I looked in the mirror this morning. God, he's back! God damn it! I got wine gums though.
Oh.
They're really warm though.
Say what? Say wine? Wine gummies?
Yeah.
They're gummies made out of wine?
Nah, they're fruit flavored things. We're just called wine gums because they.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, crinkly. It says things like.
It was like we.
Port on them and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Do they taste like wine at all?
No, they taste like dreams and deliciousness.
Oh. Gotcha. So it's just a weird name. We have pot gummies. Which actually, I've never had one, but from what I understand, are made out of and do taste like pot. So
nice.
To each their own. My wife has them. I do not. But I'm always worried about taking one to relax and then going to work and hurting somebody or getting hurt, and then they want to drug test me. It's a big fear. Even though the safety guy out there is be like, we don't do that anymore. We don't drug test. If you get hurt or hurt somebody else, we don't drug test you anymore.
All right.
It's still something. Or I'm gonna get pulled over, or something, and they're gonna be like, "You smell like you had a pot gummy a few hours ago." I'm sorry, sir. Please don't take me to jail. Please don't deport me, Iceman. To prove I'm a citizen, please don't deport me. Fucking hell. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation. We can't get into that conversation because it will be
No.
the entire conversation of the episode.
So
angry. Oh, Danny boy, what's going on?
Hey, you. 1 second, sorry. Oh, sorry, I thought my wife was coming in there for a second. I know, honey, it's way too fucking hot. Sorry, I thought she was walking in there for a second. She's signaling how fucking hot it is in the house. And this room here is like a fucking oven right now. I went from the coldest room in the house, in the old house, so now this thing is like an oven in here. The windows are open. Like, curtains drawn to try and keep the heat out, but fuck me.
Yeah.
This is hot. Like, and
I'm
Irish, so 3 degrees is hot. You know, but it's like 20.
Air conditioning can be expensive, but it is worth it.
Yeah. Just might just get a fan to blow some fucking hot air around the place. Yeah.
Listen,
I lie on my PC. Oh, my PC is nice and cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I can feel the fans. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my laptop's not too bad. The world's getting hotter and hotter. You might as well just invest in it now because you're going to need it at some point.
Yeah. Global warming is bullshit. Not really.
He puts on his red hat. Yeah. I love fucking air conditioning. I have it in at work. I have the only, so all the offices, obviously the supervisors' offices, they all get their fucking air conditioners, but the rest of the warehouse, or not warehouse, but the rest of the factory is just kind of open air. You get a fan, and that's about it. Except for my control room, because it's got the big-ass computer in it that runs the whole fucking machine, and it's got to stay cool.
Yeah.
So I got a nice big-ass fucking air conditioner in there. I keep that thing down like 64 degrees.
Oh, fuck, hold on.
People
Got a wasp. Got a wasp, hold on.
Oh, shit. Take your hat off and hit it.
It's gone.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Oh, found it. Well, that showed him. Must be a nest nearby.
Yeah, more than likely.
Fuck. Something else to take
go
care
out
of.
Spray. Yeah.
Yeah. Bastards. It was a big one.
Yeah?
It was a big one. Well, it was a flattened by the time I was finished. But
oh, man. When I was... It was really... I can't remember how old I was. Probably 11, 12. And we had some wasps in our basement. And the way you go down our basement stairs is you go straight down, and then there's a landing, and you turn and go all the way down, rest of the way down. And we had some wasps down there that they had sprayed and were and dead on the landing. So you kind of just this was like the day before my parents hadn't gotten around to sweeping everything up. So I go downstairs to get some laundry. I come back up, and I'm just wearing socks. Oh. And I'm sitting there. No. I'm sitting there on the ground. I get upstairs, and I look down, and one of the dead ones, I guess I get too close to it, and its legs had attached to the side of my sock, so the whole wasp was on the side of my sock, and I just fucking jumped up and started screaming, "It's a wasp!" I'm just kicking my leg.
I fucking hate the things.
Yeah, my brother is terrified of them. He's allergic to bees, so anything with wings and a stinger, he's fucking running from.
Alison's terrified of them as well. So
yeah, I've kind of lost my fear of them mostly because I had to work around them so much when I built houses and insulated shit, and I was working construction. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
I've been stung by so many wasps and hornets. It's just like, oh, there's a wasp, kill it real quick and go about my day. But yeah, no, I understand if you're scared of wasps or hornets. I get it. We this is a bad one. I'm helping my buddy move trash out of his house. He was a pack rat. His dad was a drunk, so there was always trash at their house. It was fucking disgusting. But his back porch was just filled with trash bags that had God knows what in them. They were heavy as fuck. So it's me and a couple other people are out there helping him move
body parts
to a dumpster. You know what?
You helped
Maybe.
cover up a murder.
Maybe.
Next time,
I
a
got
Christmas
it
time
wrong.
true crime. It's a story of Kevin.
I'm just gonna bring my buddy on and be like, tell him what you did.
Yeah.
So he's got this real heavy one. And I pick it up and I kind of got it like in between my legs. I'm kind of having to carry it like this because I can't.
That's me on a daily basis.
It's just so heavy.
Yeah.
Clanging together. All of a sudden I just feel this white hot pain in between like my thighs all the way up to my groin, just pow 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 pow. I'm like I drop it and hornets just come flying out of this goddamn bag, chasing me through his house. I get to his couch. I got my legs. I'm much more flexible back then. I'm on his couch, my legs up in the air, and I'm slapping the inside of my thighs. Just fucking hornets. I think I had like 12 hornet stings.
Fuck.
All up in my thighs and near my groin. I was so on my ass. I was in so much pain. I get home. I like immediately. I was like, dude, I'm gone. I gotta go home. I'm done with this shit. I think I was like 16 at the time. And I get home, maybe not even that old. And I'm like, I got to take a shower and check this out. I take off my clothes, I take off my pants, and then I take off my underwear. And literally like an inch and a half away from my bits is a dead one just laying there that I guess I had just slapped in time before it got there. I was like, oh, miracles do happen. It was one of the only times I ever actually believed in God. It's like, miracles do happen. But my girlfriend's sister at the time, I would work at the school helping out with the elementary kids' lunch, help get them, arranged and get them all their stuff. Well, my girlfriend at the time, her little sister was one of the ones I'd help with lunch, and when I'd walk through the cafeteria, she'd be like, he got stung on the ass! It's like, shut the fuck up.
At least I didn't get stung in the dick.
Yeah,
it's the important thing.
Almost.
Oh.
It was almost bad. Almost very
God.
bad.
Fuck that.
Ireland, I don't...
You know what?
I don't think wasps.
There's plenty of them. We had hornets here at one stage. And some Asian hornet that's supposed to be pretty dangerous, and there was a nest near the house, and I'll never forget, we were out the back garden in the middle of summer, and I was doing something down the back of it, and the next thing all you heard was just this really fucking loud buzz. I was like, what the hell is that? And I look up, and just it's like a fucking bird comes over and lands beside me, and I was like, oh no, fuck, I'm not getting mixed up with this. So I walked away. I was like, I'm not, no. And the next thing then it goes flying off, and a bird flies in, grabs it, lands on the neighbour's shed roof, and starts fucking slamming it down on the shed. And then fucks off with it, and we're like, yeah, come on.
Bird. A new hero.
It's so funny. It's great to
we
watch.
Have so many wasp and hornet stories from around here. It's just, we were building a house, and hornet time with Dan and Kev.
Yep.
Just in case you were wondering. We were building a house, and there was a hornet's nest way up in a tree, and the homeowner wanted it gone, and we had the idea. I was like, okay, I'll have a hose, and one of the other workers, he'll hit the hornet's nest to get the nest to drop down out of the tree, and then we'll take care of it. He's like, but if they come at me, I'm going to run out. You just start spraying me with water, which does not help, by the way. If you have a problem with wasps and hornets, water doesn't really bother them as much as you think it would. Like if you jump in a pool or in a lake and
petrol.
wait, they will wait for you. But we got these pruning shears with the long extensions on them, and he's getting way up there. All of a sudden, he gets real close. All of a sudden, you hear, and he drops the thing. Not one single hornet comes out of this thing. You could just hear them revving up.
Yeah.
He drops it, comes running towards me, and I hit him right in the face with the fucking hornet.
It's like, well, you did go running.
In the face. It's like, you told me to. I throw down the water hose. We both go run inside. Oh, fuck. Man. You just sit there and think, I got like a dozen fucking hornet or
I can imagine you guys sitting back there with bricks, just throwing them at it from a distance, hoping.
I don't remember what we did to get rid of that thing, but we did end up getting rid of it at some point. They're all over the place. You can't get rid of them. Once it gets over like 60 degrees the next thing you know, or what would be like 20 degrees there or something, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
they're all over the goddamn. You can't get away from them. So they suck. I know they serve a purpose, but
wasps don't. Fuck them, assholes.
Mud daubers and
the only purpose they serve is to die at the hands of my wasp whooping cushion.
I always just use my hat. I always took off my hat and hit him with my hat.
That worked. That's worked so far today. So it's taking out 3 of the bastards.
Which it's a lot easier to hit him with a hat than it is with like a hammer.
That's true. And it's on my window. So
yeah.
yeah.
What happened to the window?
Yeah, I heard a noise earlier, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was trying to make lunch at the time, and I look up the stairs and I can see Sooty sitting on the windowsill on the window up in the top of the stairs, and he's making this he does this noise that he does whenever he's looking at like a fly or whatever he wants to kill. Sure. And he kind of chattering a little bit, whatever. And I was like, "Oh God, what is this, Sooty? What do you see?" And next thing I see him kind of going like this a little bit, and he's back down. And next thing, I was like, "Oh fuck, he's trying to kill a wasp." I was like, "This can only end badly for him." So I went upstairs and straight away and got the wasp wamping cushion and fucking went to town on it. So there's been a few of them now have gone off to meet a watery demise via my toilet. So yeah, bastards. I fucking hate them.
Everybody's sitting at home going, "Shut up about the fucking bugs and get to the murder, goddamn."
Yeah, day one we were like, we're not going to be running these podcasts to talk for ages about something that's nothing to do with it. Yeah, and like we do it every time because like we use it as a time to catch up as well. So you know.
We do it a little bit in the post show, the pre-show, but we'll tell each other stories and catch up because we don't. People might think that you and I are just sitting on the phone together all day, every day, but we're not.
No,
we message each other back and forth quite a bit, but yeah, just for like updates, stuff that's going on, or big things happen, or sending memes to one another.
Yeah.
But this is the time we get to talk. So if you don't enjoy it, fast forward a couple minutes. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, I guess we can get to the murder.
Yeah, if you want to be serious, go listen to Serial, people.
Yeah, no shit. Shit Town, goddammit.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, why wouldn't you be listening to that anyway?
Yeah, very true.
That's just me. Yeah.
God. It's like the third time we've mentioned it in a couple of weeks, but
it's so fucking good.
Love that
it's
podcast.
One of my favorites of all time. All right, Dan, let's take you back to the May of 1999. You are a police officer in Hong Kong. Now, you probably spent the early mornings watching that brand new cartoon with your kids, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're getting excited to finally see the very first episode of Star Wars movie franchise, The Phantom Menace. You get to work after driving in, probably listening to the brand new TLC song No Scrubs or Every Morning by Sugar Ray. Possibly listening to Shania Twain sing about what doesn't impress her much or how Lenny Kravitz would like to fly away.
Poor
Brad
tried
to put Slipknot in there, but it didn't come out. Wait and Bleed didn't come out until later on in that year. So.
Yeah. The album came out pretty late, wasn't it? Like October or some shit like that. I think.
The single came out in like June, so it wouldn't quite been there yet. Anyways, you start your day off like any other, filling out paperwork, getting coffee, donuts, all that bullshit. But then, a 14-year-old girl, some sources say 13, which is going to be something that will come up later, just information not quite being what it should be. She walks her way into your police station with a wild story. She claims that for the past several weeks, she has been haunted by the ghost of a woman that has been bound by electrical wire and tortured to death. Now, obviously, you brush her off, dismissing her tale as nothing but angsty teenage dreams and paranormal nonsense, probably nightmares from watching that new hit blockbuster, The Blair Witch Project.
I was going to say, Officer Twain said, that story don't impress me much either.
You and your fellow policemen roll your eyes, tell the girl to stop watching scary movies, and head home, a seemingly silly way to start your morning. But on your way back to doing paperwork or grabbing coffee or whatever, you're stopped in your tracks when the girl then says that this apparition was the spirit of a woman that she had helped murder.
That's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'm being haunted by a woman, a ghost, wrapped in electrical wire. She was tortured to death. Oh, that's cute. I helped kill her. Okay.
Not cute.
Why don't we go in this room right here for a second? You need a cup of water, a lawyer. We call your parents. Let's go back a little further. Fan Man Yee was born in 19... was born in 1976 in the Shenzhen prefecture of Guangdong, China. Not much is known about her early childhood other than she was abandoned by her family at a very young age. She grew up in an all-girls orphanage in Ma Tau Wai, the Kowloon City district in Hong Kong. She was never adopted, and when she hit just 15 years old, she had officially aged out of the adoption process and was forced out of the orphanage to live on her own. 15 years old seems a little young to be aged out of the adoption process. I think a 15-year-old has less chance of getting adopted, but I think they should still have the opportunity. But
yeah,
15 years old. I mean, it was 1991 at that point, so things were different then. It was an angry time in the world.
Nobody had the internet. There was no Facebook. CDs weren't even a thing, I don't think.
They were coming around in 91, I believe. Tapes were, tape deck was still, the cassette tape was still the predominant thing, which I liked tapes myself, but
I like tape.
No 8-track.
Nope.
But
try fix an 8-track with a pencil.
You can't just stab at it.
Yeah.
No fast forwarding to what song you want. You had to listen to the whole goddamn album if you wanted to listen to that fucking song. You put it in, you start from 1, you end on 8. That's the way it goes. You don't like it? Fuck off.
Simpler times.
Simpler times. Just put it in and listen. She was homeless and by this time heavily addicted to drugs. She looked to, begrudgingly, prostitution for money to feed herself and her drug habit. She would work the streets for the next 6 years, getting herself into a life of petty crime along with her addictions and prostitution. Now, I mentioned before, the timeline of what happens next kind of muddy. Depending on what source you read or what videos you watch, it can change slightly. But several very important things happen in Fan Man Yee's life over the course of the next couple years. She gets a job as a hostess at Empress Karaoke nightclub, and a worker.
That's
right. And a worker, possibly a hostess, at the Romance Villa brothel in Shamshu Po. Now, it's not clear exactly which one she did first. All Things Interesting claims she worked as a hostess at the nightclub first. Medium says she was a dancer there first. Wikipedia page says she was at the brothel, and then she got herself clean before she started on at the nightclub. There's a couple other resources I was able to find where they mix everything up. That she was never a hostess at the club. She was a stripper. And
so she's kind of nearly doing the same job, except now she's paying taxes.
Something like pretty much, yeah.
She's gone official. That's what it is.
But honestly, the timeline of what happens then about whether she was a hostess or a dancer or worked at the brothel at what point in time isn't that important. There are several resources that say that she was getting clean or she had gotten clean. but that obviously does not last very long if it's true at all. In any event, she met Ning Chi Yun at one of these jobs. A drug addict himself, Chi Yun would actually take Fan as his bride in 1996. And just 2 years later, they would have a son. And this was, as you can imagine, not a healthy relationship, fueled by small-time crime and drugs. The marriage was, according to the neighbors, loud and violent. Which
sounds like my times in the bathroom.
It's like that time I had Taco Bell.
Oh.
You don't have Taco Bell over there either, do you?
No. They're supposed to be trying to be thankful for that.
No, you're missing out. It's so fucking... Everybody who gives these fast food companies shit about their bad food. Taco Bell is fucking amazing. It's not Mexican food.
Oh, I know
it's
that.
Barely food.
I've seen videos and pictures of it and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
I mean, it's
an awful lot of it looks
just
like baby food put inside
of
a wrap.
It's just on the cusp of actual food, but it's so fucking good. It is. It's filled with all this shit, and the meat's only like half meat and half sawdust. It's like, it's delicious sawdust. I don't fucking care. If I'm going somewhere for fast food, I'm not thinking about the healthy.
Well, yeah, that's it, exactly. Yeah,
I'm thinking I want something greasy and disgusting to shove into my fucking mouth hole.
100%.
Right? That's it. So get off my ass.
Yeah, I had Burger King yesterday. It was good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like a good Burger King's definitely not my go-to, but I can go for a Whopper.
It's one of the better places here. I have to say, it is definitely. I mean, we don't obviously have as many chains or options and stuff, you know. It is one of the better ones here.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Anyway. I'm not a huge fan of Burger King fries. I do like the Whopper. I'd much rather go for McDonald's fries.
Hey, wifey wife. You prefer Burger King as well, don't you?
Yeah, to McDonald's.
To most of them.
Steak and Shake was my favorite.
Steak and Shake?
Steak and Shake? Wow.
Over in the States?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about here, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look at you talking about the States.
You know, hoity-toity talking about, I go
I was like, where the fuck is Steak and Shake? I was like, why have I never been there?
Where's your favorite place to eat at? You know, Burger King or whatever. Oh, I like this little place in Italy. It's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's this nice little quaint cafe in Sicily that's, you know.
My wife's a huge Arby's fan, which I know gets a lot of shit, but
that's on my list of ones I haven't gotten to try yet. That's like when last time I was there, I had to try it to see what the difference was with Subway compared to here. There's no difference. Yeah. Like the bread is still 90% sugar, and it all smells the fucking same, tastes the fucking same.
Well, it should. I mean, it's all
Yeah, but I know they source all their stuff from a different place though. But what you call tried Five Guys, tried Burger King. Five Guys there. Is great. I didn't go near McDonald's because I fucking hate the place. I'm trying to think what else. I had loads of them anyway. There are quite a few. Yeah. Yeah, but if you ever come over here, we'll have to bring you to Supermax, Irish fast food place. Right. It's fucking
I have to get you an Arby's Big Beef and Cheddar there. It's not, I don't think it's real cheddar.
But probably isn't.
God damn it. God damn it, is it good. My God. I don't give a fuck what people say about Arby's. I enjoy it.
I'm looking at this bad boy up.
Anyway,
sorry.
We went from a loud and violent marriage to talking about Arby's.
It looks fucking good.
Dan. Told you.
Today's episode is brought to you by podup.com.
Let's be honest. Whether you want to admit it or not, you've probably thought at some point to start a podcast. Podcasts are fun. Podcasts are fun. You and I have a good time on here, Dan.
Just get on, talk junk.
Yeah. I mean, it's some dark content. What we're talking about isn't necessarily fun, but we make it fun. We have a good time. And we would never even met each other for one podcast. So
That's true.
Completely
Podcasts
changed
and
it.
Canadians.
you can podcasts and Canadians, little D&D thrown in there. I mean, changed your life.
Well, there are about 5 million podcasts out there, and around 90% of those stop after just 3 episodes. That's including about 1.8 million that stop before they even start, which we know a thing or two about that, now, to be fair.
Yeah, we do, unfortunately.
Yeah. Quite a few still on the drawing room floor. So.
Yeah. And of those that do get started and past that 3 episode mark, about 90% of those don't get past 20 episodes. And there's a reason. Podcasting is hard. Well, successful podcasting is hard.
Yeah, it's not just sitting in front of a microphone and talking for an hour, even though sometimes that's what it is for me. It's recording, audio editing, video editing, social media, promotion, blah, 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 all the stuff that Kevin does.
And I do. And finding and paying for all that software to use can be just as big of a headache, not to mention expensive.
Well, with PodUp, you can have a one-stop shop for everything you need to take your podcast to the next level.
With 35 powerful modules with AI integration and one software, you can create, publish, grow, monetize, and manage your podcast with a simple, easy-to-use interface.
Everything from a site builder and recorder to editing for video and audio, live streams, blogs, and transcriptions.
Legal, newsletters, SEO,
Setting up shops, getting ads and sponsorships.
managing your workflow, files, and even backing up your content.
Set up an account today and get 14 days free. And even schedule a demo with one of PodUp's podcasting experts to see how to start producing and monetizing your very own podcast.
And when you're ready, use our exclusive coupon code TORTURE15 for 15% off whichever package you decide to go with.
And if you're a professional that's even too busy for that, go to podallies.com.
Their done-for-you podcast production and marketing service will take care of the dirty work for you.
Dirty. We're talking websites, social media, editing work, SEO, all done for you. So you can just focus on being the star of the show, like me, and getting on with your day, unlike Kevin, who has to do all the work.
That's why everybody comes is for Dan. And this team of experts will use PodUp software to put your podcast on the map where it belongs. See, just they're using PodUp software. It's all one big circle. It's always coming back around.
Like an opposite of a square.
That's right.
There you go. So, go to podup.com and podallies.com and use our coupon TORTURE15 for 15% off. That's TORTURE15 for 15% off.
PodUp.com, the ultimate podcasting platform. Hey guys, Kevin here. So if you have a beard or somebody in your life that you love has a beard and you haven't gone to thebeardstruggle.com and used our exclusive coupon code TORTURE19 at checkout to save 19% off your entire order, what are you doing? Why not? I don't understand. They have everything you could possibly need for your beard or for the beard of the person you love. Growth kits, oils, washes, creams, butters, trimmers, straighteners, everything you could need for your beard, your hair, your face, your entire body. And it's quality, the best products you can buy. Over 10,000 Trustpilot reviews with a score of 4.7 out of 5. I mean, you know that you're going to get the best quality products you could possibly get for not just your beard, but your entire body. And with their 90-day money-back oath of honor and our exclusive coupon code TORTURE19, use at checkout, again, to save 19% off your entire order. If there's anything you don't like, which I don't see happening, but just in case, if there's something you don't like, you're not 100% satisfied with, within 90 days, send it back and you get your money back. It's just that easy. So what are you doing? Go to thebeardstruggle.com. Use our exclusive coupon code TORTURE19 at checkout. And as Dan would say, sort your fucking beard out. Now, the residents of and I obviously did not make up the name of this apartment building, Mongkok apartment building, would
Is it big?
report being, yeah, it's a Mongkok. would report being woken in the middle of the night by the sounds of the two fighting and their infant sons screaming and crying. She had finally had enough and decided to leave her husband, taking the baby with her. At least that's what some sources say. Other sources say that she never technically left. Again, it's all just
conjecture and stuff.
Yeah, but it would be the right move, obviously, to try to clean yourself up, take your son, get out of that type of environment.
But
however, that didn't lead
the right move never leads to episodes of the Torture Podcast, Kevin. So we can only assume that the right move was not made in this instance.
If she would have stayed on that path of getting clean, just taking care of her son, doing what you need to do,
we'd have a whole different episode today.
It wouldn't have been a torture episode. It would have been an episode of like Criminal, where it has a happy ending. This does not, in any way, for anyone. So this didn't leave her with many options money-wise. Enter a man named Chan Man Lok. Now, again, this is where the timeline gets all funky. Some claims that Chan was a regular client of fans at the brothel. Others claim that they met at the nightclub. Either way, Fan and Chan got to know each other better. Now, Chan Man Lok, born May 17th, 1965, was a Wo Shing Wo triad member. It's the triad with the longest history in Hong Kong, and who had been involved in extortion, drug trafficking, gambling, and prostitution, which, of course, you are.
Yeah.
He was also yeah, why not? I mean, if you're going to do one, you might as well do them all.
Well, exactly.
I mean, that's how you make your money. You diversify your portfolio, is what they say in business. He was also a pimp, drug dealer, and addict.
So an all-round great guy. Stand-up citizen.
Take him home to see your mom.
Did a lot for his community.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Sounds like a lovely boy.
They began having long sex sessions and smoking crystal meth together. So much for that getting clean part. Now, Fan Man Yee had made a few big mistakes in her life, from drugs, crime, and prostitution to marrying an abusive drug addict and getting herself involved with a known triad member. She was no stranger to bad ideas. However, one night, after one of these sex and meth binges the two would go on, she made the worst mistake of her life. While Chan was in the shower, Fan stole $4,000 from Chan's wallet. Later that night, while out, Chan had discovered the missing cash and knew there was only one person that had been alone with his possessions that could have taken his money.
SpongeBob.
Fan. Yeah. So on March 17th, 1999, Chan sent his two friends and henchmen Long Wa Loon and Wo Shing Wo to her home and kidnapped her. They returned to an apartment building at number 13 Granville Road, Shim Shao Tzu, where they decided to hold her. I know. There is a lot of apostrophes and a lot of long names. I thought it was weird. It's like you got two people with Lung, and then you got two different people with Man.
Yeah.
That
must be like this. I don't know what way the language works, but like I know, I think not a lot of them have not the names backwards, but like it might be the similar thing to O'Brien,
first.
the O thingy,
that's
or
possibility.
some shit like
that.
Yeah,
that's a possibility. Anyway, they decide to hold her there and pimp her out to men to get their money faster. They tied her to a chair with electrical cord and told her that she was going to have sex with men until she paid back all the money, but not just the $4,000 she had taken. She would have to work off an additional $10,000 in interest.
Damn.
Which is just, if you go to the bank and they give you that rate, you probably need to go to a different bank because that's
pretty shit. That's like
two.
loansforyou.com.
250%. That's a lot. But they soon decided that pimping her out just wouldn't be enough, and they needed to make an example of her. Now, again, I talked about the timeline discrepancy. Some of these resources said that she paid back the $4,000 immediately. He said, well, I'll need $10,000 more dollars for your punishment, and let her go on her way. But after a few days, he realized it was going to take too long, and they kidnapped her again. Other resources say, no, they just kidnapped her. He said, I need the money. She said, I'll pay it to you. And he just said, we'll make an example of you now. So it depends on where you get your information from. At the end of the day, she's tied up
in
a chair.
And she's
about to have an example made of her.
Did you see what the guys' aliases were? I have it up on Wikipedia. It's the was it Lau Ming Fong's aliases? Are Lau Ming Fong, Lau 4, Ming 4, Fong 1.
I did not.
And A Fong, and then Leung Wei Lun's ones are Liang Wei Lun, Long 4 by 5, Leon 4. And then Gangsta. Gangsta 1 apparently is, unless this is somebody fucking around, but it literally says like Leon 4. It's like I'm assuming they're probably replacing certain letters with numbers there because it's really weird. But Gangsta 1. That's like a shit registration plate you put in your car. Gangsta 1.
Yeah. Ah Fong will come to play here in a little bit. We will use her real name.
Gangsta 2.
But they also one of the articles I had read had changed her name to like Miranda or something like that. It's like she's from Hong Kong.
Couldn't be bothered to write her actual name. You see, that's
Well, it's an alias. We used an alias. And other people use Ah Fong. We're gonna call her Miranda.
Yeah.
It's like all right, fine, whatever.
It's just lazy. That's what that is. We put in the effort like Kevin does with trying to actually pronounce the names of people. Even if you fail miserably, like Kevin does, at least you're putting in the effort.
Like Kevin does.
Yeah.
And I could say, was that right? Listen, a lot of times I scour the internet for pronunciations of some of these names, and then I go, I will never be able to say that. I'm going to wing it. Yep. I write it out phonetically, and I still fuck it up sometimes, so you know what? Deal with it. So they locked her in one of the rooms in the home, the apartment, while they stayed in the room next door. Fan would be tied up day and night, the wires tight enough to cut into her skin, stuffing her mouth with dirty rags to muffle her screams. She would be whipped with more electrical wire, cutting her body to ribbons. She would be beaten with iron rods, kitchen utensils, and pieces of furniture, breaking her bones. Sometimes hanging her from the ceiling by her feet while they slept. They would beat her until she lost consciousness, and when she would finally come to, they would proceed to rub chili oil into her wounds.
They're like getting her ready for slow roast or some shit.
Yeah, stir fry maybe? I don't know, but
I was wondering
one I read
said on weapons said spices on Wikipedia. I was wondering where that was going.
There's one I read said chili powder, which I don't know which is worse, the powder or the oil. I think the powder would probably be worse.
I think would be worse
because it's abrasive.
It's more concentrated.
Chili oil's gonna be hot as fuck though. But the oil might help.
That's the thing, yeah. Like it'd be having
actual oil in it might help.
Powder is literally
unless it's one of those
concentrate, dried, browned up like so.
Yeah, this is one of those chunky chili oils that have like the flakes in them. That might be.
Well, it could also be like I've had some Asian chili oils before where it is literally 99% chili, 1% oil, and it's just the oils in there as a preservative type thing.
Yeah,
could be like that. I actually have some down in the fridge. It's fucking potent as all hell. Not in the fridge, in the press even. Sorry.
Yeah, I have some crunchy chili oil in the kitchen, and it you know it's there when you're eating it. I'll tell you that.
It's
Is there
certainly
chili oil in this?
Yeah, yeah. It certainly lets you know that it's there, all right. Like,
Yeah, it comes up every once in a while and hits you in the top of the throat. So I'm still here. Anyway, they would burn her with lighters and candles, burning her feet so badly that she wouldn't be able to walk even if they let her, making her smile through the pain and torture. Quote, "It was a game they played. If she didn't pretend to be happy, they would beat her harder. They told her to smile while they burnt her. It was a fun atmosphere." It's a good time. Just having fun. And, of course, they raped her routinely.
Well, now they ruined it.
No, that's just taking it too far.
Yeah.
Which,
Bastards.
I mean, yeah. Now, one day, upon invitation from Chan, a girl named Lau Ming Fong came to the house. Now, Lau Ming Fong was Chan's girlfriend, his 14-year-old girlfriend. There it is, with the onion roll and everything. It's so good.
Is that what he said when she walked into the room, is it?
I
just went to fucking veer off there. His 14-year-old girlfriend. There it is. With the onion roll and everything.
So everybody, if you're not watching, I was reading the script and I look over and Dan had changed his background to an Arby's big beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
and my brain didn't even wait for a transition. It just automatically went, ooh, food. I should talk about how good it looks after you talk about a 14-year-old girl.
At least you didn't use other descriptive words for it, and because you didn't even put a comma in there. Yeah. You just went straight in.
Juicy, all that juicy beef.
Yeah.
Right after talking about 14-year-old girl.
I could say stuff, but I won't.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm making it bad enough for myself.
I'll wait till there's an adult mention, then I'll push the envelope on.
Okay. Now, Lau Ming Fong, whose alias is Ah Fong. That's Ah Fong. They say she was his girlfriend. She was probably just another one of his prostitutes that he was also having sex with. So if you didn't hate Chan already, he's also a pedophile.
He's the sort of guy who'd walk in and class up a joint, isn't he? It's
yeah.
God damn it. He's like the fucking Asian what you call him?
Asian Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Lau Ming Fong came into the house and found Fan severely beaten. She watched Chan kick Fan in the head over 50 times, and then she was forced to join in. They threw oyster sauce in Fan Man Yee's face, made her drink motor oil, began urinating in her mouth, and beating her if she spit it out. And on at least one occasion, Fan was forced to eat Lau Ming Fong's shit out of a shoebox.
That is the weirdest sentence I think I've ever heard.
We've said some weird ones on here, but that might be the weirdest
to
one
eat
I've
their
ever
shit
said.
out of a shoebox. So specific.
So many questions, but I think the first one comes to mind is, why was it in a shoebox?
Yeah, what kind of shoebox? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure. Well, it's Hong Kong in the late 90s, so...
Air Jordans.
Yeah.
You can imagine them sitting there and right, so we've used everything in the fridge. We've used every utensil in the drawers. We've used every piece of crap we have lying around the place. He was like, I got the shoebox. Well, what the hell can we do? Can't hit her with that. What the hell are we doing? That won't do anything. I don't know. I need to take a shit. Boom. Idea. Bam. Done.
Well, she would say in her testimony that they made her eat the shit out of a shoebox. She shit in the shoebox for fun and made her eat it. I don't know. Maybe it was too liquidy for a plate. Who knows?
Everyone's, yeah, okay.
I've never seen anybody do a double take on a fucking podcast before, but that's what Dan just did.
I realized I had no reply to that at all. It's just like,
Yeah.
right, okay, yep.
And for everybody, we're not making fun of what she went through. We're making fun of what these fucking people are just ridiculous.
Kevin says that, but that's the entire point of us being here.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
my point of being here.
Said that after she would pass out, they would leave her be and go play video games. But when she was awake, quote, they beat her all the time. They beat her when they were bored. They beat her for laughs. After a while, she was in such a bad condition, they couldn't even pimp her out for money. They had stopped feeding her or giving her water.
It was on that shit
Quote,
and piss in her mouth, you see. They couldn't exactly pimp her out like that. You know,
yeah. Like, do whatever you want, just don't kiss her on the mouth.
Yeah.
You won't enjoy it.
Or you might.
Quote, well, Blanche Monnier, there's the French. She might like it. She was broken, and playing with her wasn't so much fun after that. But we carried on anyway. There wasn't anything else to do. So this all comes down to just being bored. What do? Well, we can go to the arcade. We can go see a movie. We can continue beating the woman we have tied up in the other room. Anyone want to see a baseball game? No? All right.
I found under a shoebox. There you go.
We don't have a whole lot here, but we're rich in shoeboxes.
Yeah.
And only half of them have shit in them.
So many shoeboxes and so little shit.
Grab my shoes. That's somebody's shit in that shoebox. It still had my penny loafers in there. After a month-long imprisonment, this woman went through this shit for a month.
It's fucking
On
hardcore.
April
She survived that shit for that long.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, good on her, but on April 15th, the four had returned from a night of clubbing. They decided to sleep before checking on their prisoner. The next morning when they woke up, they found that Fan's body was cool to the touch, and she had finally succumbed to her torture and died overnight. Although Chan would try as hard as he could to convince the other three that she had gotten a hold of enough drugs while they were gone to give herself an overdose. Apparently, the apartment was ripe with crystal meth.
Yeah,
They
I've
would give
no
her
doubt
crystal
that she
meth.
couldn't fucking do anything.
Yeah, exactly. They would jack her up on crystal meth pretty bad while they were beating her. If anything, to not so she wouldn't feel the pain, but to make it so she wouldn't scream out while they were, doing what they were doing to her when they weren't trying to get her to enjoy it. But yeah, they were all pretty much methed out for a large portion of the time. Go figure.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
No. Now, over the course of the next 10 hours, the three men took to disposal of the body, dragging her to the bathtub and dismembering her corpse with a handsaw. Then they decided to boil the flesh off the bones in order to avoid suspicion from the smell of a rotting dead body. How this worked, I don't know, since we learned in our Gary Heidnick episode that boiling body parts puts off a fuck ton of bad odor.
It's all that chili oil.
Now, it's a possibility. I mean, with Gary, it might have been the roasting of the torso in the oven. Might have been what was putting up such a horrible smell. But I don't know if you've ever taken Brussels sprouts and baked them, roasted them, or boiled them. The boiled Brussels sprouts smell so much worse.
I don't know because, you see, I have taste buds, so therefore I don't cook Brussels sprouts.
Oh, nah, you shut the fuck up. Roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon is a goddamn delicacy.
That's because I hate bacon.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to put bacon on them. But my ex-wife used to make Brussels sprouts and cabbage she'd boil the fuck out of them until the water was green and they were pale. And the entire house smelled like somebody just walked in and fucking farted in every corner of the room. It was horrible. But my wife and I, it's like I never tried eating them because the smell was so goddamn bad. But my wife and I, for one of our anniversaries, went to a kind of a high-end restaurant. They had roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon. Yeah, it was Arby's. Yeah. And we ordered it. We're like, we'll give it a try. We'll share it. If we don't like it, then at least we're not paying for two. And we both tried it. And it's like, holy fuck, these are delicious. We both loved them. They actually had raisins in them. It's a white person thing here, I guess. I don't know, putting raisins and stuff. But actually, the raisin, it had a little bit of fruitiness to it. Gave it a little sweetness. Was actually, I kind of liked it. But
nah, wouldn't like that.
No,
Throw a little bit of honey on. Be fine.
Yeah, honey would probably, just that a little bit of sweetness to them. I'm serious, man.
I'll try it sometime.
Some Brussels sprouts. Make you some bacon, nice crispy bacon. Some Brussels sprouts, cut up. Put them in a bowl. Put the bacon and a little bit of the bacon grease. Not a bunch, but a little bit of the bacon grease.
A bit of Fan Man Yee in there.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Some salt, some pepper, a little garlic powder, a little onion powder. Stir it all up, throw it in the oven, 450 or whatever the Celsius would be, for like, I don't know, half an hour or so until everything gets nice and burnt, starts to look,
the Maillard reaction kicks
roasted
in.
up. Mm-hmm. My God, it's so fucking good.
Love me a bit of Maillard.
Yeah. Anyway, they it's such a bad transition. They boiled the body parts on the stove next to the pots that held their food. Apparently, the story goes that they were boiling the body parts and they got hungry. So they get another pot out and start making food next to the pot that they were boiling body parts with. Even going as far as to using the same chopsticks to stir the body parts that they used to stir their food.
And this is how the first Subway was invented. Here you go.
This is how you get patient 0 before the world collapses.
Yeah, it can all be traced back to that one apartment. Fuck me, though. I can imagine him sitting there then just like dropping like some star anise into the pot with her leg in it.
Oh yeah, seasoning up the wrong pot.
Yeah.
Going to taste the broth and be like, oh, that's not, no. I mean,
like, which one has the chicken thighs in it again? And which one has the human thighs in it? I can't remember.
It's so fucking bad. But once the parts were good and boiled and the flesh was soft enough to peel off the bone, they simply threw the rest in the trash. Well, most of it. More on that a little later. Now, a few weeks later, Lau Ming Fong went to the Hong Kong police, telling them a story of a ghost of a woman she helped murder was haunting her, and she just couldn't take the torment any longer. For full immunity, she told the police her horrible story. They were obviously taken aback. Surely this girl must be exaggerating. So they had her take them to the apartment to see for themselves. What they noticed first was the entire apartment was decorated in Hello Kitty merchandise.
Nice.
I mean, it was all the rage in fucking 1999, I guess. Sheets, curtains, towels, even silverware and dolls. Let's not forget about the dolls. Just Hello Kitty fucking
It's like they walked into my house.
Not mine. We have Harry Potter stuff everywhere. I did not decorate it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I got my wife's. We finally got some dragons, though.
Cool.
I think that her and I, you think we'd have dragons for a while, but no, we didn't have any dragons up there. So I bought her a couple of little sleeping dragons for the bookcase. They're cute.
Nice.
Now, through searching the apartment, they eventually found a bag full of organs and a tooth. But strangest of all, why you would boil the bones and the meat and throw them out, but keep a bag full of organs and one tooth?
Might have been planning to make
say
some
that they found
haggis out of it or something.
Jeez. Some say they found the bag in the apartment. Another source said that they found the bag on a canopy below an apartment window, like they had dropped it out onto a canopy where nobody would see it from underneath.
Right.
In any case, they found a bag of organs and a tooth. But strangest of all, while looking through the belongings, they found a Hello Kitty mermaid doll filled with dead bugs and a human head. Hence,
nice.
Hello Kitty murders.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Other body parts would later be found in various trash dumps. Now, Chan was found at his apartment in Shekning with his wife and newborn baby. He had a family doing all this stuff. Like, I can't. I mean, I have a hard enough time working a job and spending time with my family. I can't imagine adding torturing a woman onto it.
Very busy man.
When are you going to take out the trash? I just have so much to do.
Yeah.
You don't understand the pressures that are on me.
I've made 3 dinners today. 3 fucking dinners.
SWAT officers raided the home on May 28th. Ling Wanlun fled to mainland China, but was captured 9 months later on Valentine's Day 2000. Now, during the 6-week trial in October and November of 2000, the trio denied killing Fan, claiming she died from an overdose, but admitted to preventing her from receiving a lawful burial. Which, I mean, that's what you do. You always admit to the lesser crime and say, well, we didn't do that. We did this, but we definitely didn't do that. That's something psychos do.
Yeah.
Which they are, obviously. They also minimize their own roles in the torture sessions by blaming each other of taking the lead roles. Well, he did it. No, he did it. No, he did it. However, due to Lau Ming Fong's testimony, the jury of 8 men and 1 woman found them guilty. Unfortunately, the medical authorities could not determine the exact cause of Fan's death because, she was no longer a body. They're like, well, this little gloop of slime that we pulled out of their crock pot, I would say she was beaten to death. No, you can't do that. The body's dismembered and boiled. There's nothing left to check.
Yeah, it's not like as if she has ligature marks on her organs out in that canopy.
Yeah, it's true.
Just for putting her back together like reverse operation.
If you look at this ring on the kidney, we can tell that she ate shit out of a shoebox.
Yeah. What type of shoebox, you may ask? Well,
what kind of shoebox? It could be Reebok, could be Air Jordans. We're not sure yet.
I mean, it was corrugated cardboard. It was the good kind.
That's the kind I make. Yeah. Now, the remains were not sufficient enough to show whether she had been deliberately killed or died of a drug overdose, so the jury refused to convict any of the 3 men with murder. They did, though, determine that she had died as a result of the abuse and convicted the 3 men with manslaughter, false imprisonment, and preventing the lawful burial of a body. The judge, Peter Nguyen, sentenced the 3 to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years, saying at the sentencing that was a hard sentence to say.
Gets through all these Asian names and he fucks up on the word sentencing.
Fucked up on saying at the sentencing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I fucked up on plenty of the Asian names too. You just don't know because you also don't speak Mandarin.
That's true. The white boy in me automatically assumes you're getting it right. Turns
I
out her
hear what
name
you're
was
saying.
Gary this whole time, and we just couldn't read
Those
it properly.
names sound like they might be right, but I'm going to assume you're way off.
Maybe Miranda is how you pronounce it, and just people that you were taking a piss out of were actually right the whole time.
Yeah, never know. Now, saying at the sentencing on December 7th of 2000, quote, "Never in Hong Kong in recent years has a court heard of such cruelty, depravity, callousness, brutality, violence, and viciousness." Chan would appeal in August of 2007, but lose, and neither him nor Ling Wan Lun would be granted parole in 2020. To my knowledge, they are still incarcerated in Stanley Prison in Hong Kong. Wo Shing Wo actually was able to appeal his sentence in 2004 and would get it reduced from life down to 18 years, and he would serve only 14 of that. However, in 2022, Shing Wo would again be arrested and sentenced to 12 months in prison for, quote, "indecently assaulting a 10-year-old friend of his daughter, claiming to provide her with a massage." Yeah.
With his penis.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I guess it had to be said. I mean, they had a 14-year-old girl hanging around them that they were obviously probably all having sex with. So you shouldn't really be surprised. Fan's skull would later be returned to her family for proper disposal, cremation, I believe. And the apartment building where she was held and tortured was demolished in 2012. And that's the Hello Kitty murder.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Strange one.
Yeah. I saw Hello Kitty murder. I'm like, what's this got to be all about? And then I found out it's called that because for some reason the apartment was just filled with Hello Kitty shit and they stuffed her head in a doll. I was hoping maybe like Hello Kitty actually killed somebody, but
that would have been funny.
I'm sure
somebody
someday
dressed up as Hello Kitty, just going around murdering people like Michael Myers style.
Yeah, a furry in a Hello Kitty costume going around killing people.
Next idea for D&D.
D&D. Dan, any pop culture?
Well, Hello Kitty itself, obviously.
Yeah.
I couldn't really see anything when I was having a bit of a look through while you were talking. Like just references to it and several obviously newspapers and all sorts of shit like that. There's a cinematic thing called Human Pork Chop and the Hello Kitty murder.
I saw something about that.
Yeah.
Which is a weird fucking name.
This is The Secret in My Soup is the name of a is the name of a movie.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I didn't see it, but I saw it mentioned.
Yeah. That's sadly for me really, like
many episodes of your favorite true crime podcasts, I'm sure, YouTube videos and all that shit. But yeah, not a whole lot out there as far as pop culture goes for it. But, oh well. Thank you to our which I don't know if you could make a movie of this and it be good.
Well,
like almost because
the images I'm looking at look pretty fucking horrific. But
apparently
the thing is based on a true story. Hong Kong's most disturbing film ever.
I wouldn't recommend going and looking at any of the pictures, but Dan's going to do what Dan's going to do. This is one of those cases where it's not going to be as popular, it's not going to be as famous, and it's not going to get pushed as much in media because of how horrific it was. Usually it's the beautiful woman killed by her husband getting shot in the chest, and they make a whole big thing of it because the public can handle that type of stuff. But when you get to this level of depravity, most people tend to shut it off.
Yeah.
Unless you're listening to this podcast. And
which you have no choice.
This is for the however many thousands of millions of people that went and saw Terrifier and had fun with it.
We shoved this information down your throats like shit from a shoebox. So we do.
We're gonna piss it into your mouth, and you better not spit it out. Oh God! Thank you to our patrons: Willow, Quinn Fowler, Nevin, and Sam. I don't know how do you say that. You can sign up as well. Our patreon.com/torturepod, 1 week of a cult leader tier for free. Connect with us on all the socials at torturepod. Email torturepod@gmail.com. Tell me how I'm fucking up, please. Tell me what names I get wrong, what places I get wrong. I would love to hear it. Just tell me how I'm fucking up. Buymeacoffee.com/torturepod if you would like to, buy us coffee. Redbubble.com/people/torturepod for merch. All Pride merch profits donated to the Trevor Project. I'm trying to work on new merchandise. If there's anybody out there that wants to do like a piece of merchandise for us or wants to draw up something and send it to us, go ahead. We'll put it on a fucking t-shirt.
Well, I just had an idea, which is an edible merch, which is a chocolate brownie thing in the shape of a shit that we ship out in a shoebox.
We ship out in a shoebox. I had a feeling you were going to go there.
Don't know where that idea came from.
I don't know.
It's like
they just come to me. Just all around, just coming to me. Thank you to our sponsors. You can support us by supporting them. Hint for our next episode, it'll be shocking. I mean, gotta give it away. Happy Mother's Day a week early to all the mothers who listen, to everybody who listens who has a mother. It is Mother's Day next weekend. Is it Mother's Day next weekend there too?
I don't know. Don't think so.
I believe it's the 11th. The 11th here.
Mother's Day, UK and Ireland. It was back in March.
It was in March?
Yep. The 15th.
All right, well.
Or something. It's like the second Sunday of March. Or some shit.
Oh. Well, our Mother's Day is next weekend. So, happy late Mother's Day to everybody and all the mothers in the UK and Ireland. Happy Mother's Day this coming weekend. To all the mothers in America, and I'm guessing Canada and other countries. Who knows? Maybe. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. You wouldn't be here without her. Dan, any words of wisdom?
Yeah.
Preferably not about shit in shoeboxes.
No. No. This one is very serious. It's, dreams can come true. Look at me, babe. I'm with you. You know you got to have hope. You know you got to be strong. Dreams can come true. No. I could keep going, but I don't think.
Copyright infringement if you did.
Yep. I don't think anybody will get what that song is. But we'll find out.
I don't know if I don't think I get it either.
It's a song by Gabrielle. Dreams can come true. Look at me, babe, I got you. You know you got to have hope. You know you got to be strong. You probably know if you heard it. It was a bit of a banger back in like the 90s, I think.
Maybe.
I'd say
I thought you were going to be like, well, that don't impress me much.
Nah, I didn't feel like beating that dead horse now after talking so much
after we
shit
beat
about
the shit in the shoebox dead horse.
Yeah, I didn't want to go falling into the yoke and be like, oh, look at this lazy bastard just going back something he's already said. No.
We only beat one dead horse an episode, people.
That's it.
Pick one dead horse, that's the one we beat. Everything else gets
ground up, set and thrown into a pot, boiled up, and then turned into an Arby's beef and cheddar.
Look at that, 2 dead horses. Who
3
knows?
dead horses now. Yeah.
All right, Jesus Christ. Well, I guess that's it. So take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. We'll see you.
Catch you on the Menjays.